think it's time. I think it's time to get a haircut. Time to get a haircut. Time to get a shave. Although I do like this look that I currently have right now. If you're watching a video of, I'm looking good. Minus the back of my hair just looking like head hair. That stinks. Welcome into OMO on my own podcast with me, Keith. I am Keith. What? Yeah, I know. Not a lot of video game news this week that I saw. Could have been, but this past week I've just not looked at a lot of video game stuff. Now, with that being said, I have played a lot more than in recent weeks. In recent months, actually. I've played a lot more this week alone. So that's good. I'll even talk about one of the games that I played this week that I'm just not good at, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. I want to hit the ground running. I have a lot of stuff I need to do today. I still have to work. Still got to get this video published. Got to get the audio version of it ready for Spreaker. A lot of stuff I got to do. So let's stop beating around the bush and let's get right into it. The Steam Machine made news this week in terms of potential price. Yes, there is a price that has been leaked out there. So I found it on Linus Tech Tips' Reddit. If you don't know Linus Tech Tips, welcome to the internet. He's been on forever. I don't know what to tell you. So the post comes in as from someone that posted on that Reddit that Steam Machine price may have just leaked via a Czech retailer. $950 USD for 512 gigabyte model, $1,070 USD for 2 terabyte model. And that was updated. Found another website talking about this that included an update from the 9th that kind of clarified some of it with the same title on this website called WCCFtech.com. The article is from David Carcassol. Pardon me for not being able to pronounce names right at all. I am also feeling like I'm still half asleep. Now, these are all rumors and whatnot, and the update is particularly saying that the price may not be correct from the original posting of the leaked message, the leaked price. The person that I guess uncovered this is on Twitter, or actually a separate user is on Twitter, or X, and dug into the smarty.2 or .cz, which is CZ is just .com basically for the Czech country, to verify the Steam Machine price. Just reading from the article, and just continued to look into it. Their Twitter post says this Hedgedan wolfswap.app is the user. He says, firstly, I am Czech, so I have verified and it truly is in source code. Secondly, the price, especially in US, will definitely be lower due to import tax and retailer markup in the pricing. Additionally, one of the largest retailers in Czech Republic, Alza, has similar pricing structure hidden in the code. So if you go and click those images from this owlza.cz website that lists the Steam Machine in the code, it'll talk about the prices. And actually for them, they have the big boy priced at like, what does that say? $29,990? So you do some conversions, and that's how you probably got the prices we see for the U.S. And I don't really know how to read code that well. I'm just sort of looking at it, and they highlighted the particular area. It says item underscore price and item underscore price underscore VAT. And that's where I'm seeing that number. And then I'm assuming it is in that monetary value, not in US dollars. So US dollar is cheaper in that sense, but not really, because they're basically the same price. Just like I said, just different countries, you know? So the Steam Machine's going to be $950 for the little one and $1,070 for the big one, huh? I mean, I'm not really surprised by this. Are you? They are advertising this as PCs, as PC gaming. PC gaming is expensive. I'm not surprised that it is going to be this expensive. Like I said last week, there needs to be a tier in between regular console gaming and hardcore PC gaming, that this and whatever the Xbox's new system is going to be. If they are intending to be PCs, but they're not huge, humongous, like chonker gaming PCs that people pre-build and everything, these are something else, aren't they? Or they should be. And this shows that they're definitely something more than a regular home console can be, or is. I guess in that sense, pricing-wise, the Series X is as close to what these are going to be as we can get. Say that what you will about comparing the Series X to the PS5 Pro. I can't wait for that to happen. But these don't seem to be regular consoles to me. Anyways, they're little PCs. So yeah, like I said, they're going to be expensive. Honestly, I thought about this last night coming home from work. If anything, they might see this price and they may not actually be the price, but the price is going to be higher for base model than a PS5 or a Switch or the original Xbox Series X was. So even if the price is saying $950 right now, I could totally actually see it coming out now for like $800 before tax, $750. And then for the big model, $850, $900. Totally see that. Cheaper than what they're saying, but still more expensive than a regular console because it's not a regular console. These are check prices getting converted, which they've already done the conversions. They may be different. Even for them, they may be different, but that is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting already to see a price be advertised or be listed in the coding of a website, and it's not even close to being available yet, or at least it's not been announced in terms of pricing or anything. But to get the idea of what it might be, even if it's stupid expensive like I think this is, interesting that they did that. Interesting that was there. They should have, that retailer should have been a bit more careful with how they coded everything. But price-wise, I'm not surprised. I could see it going down a little bit, like I just said, but if it comes out, I'm as interested in it now as I was before hearing the price. For me personally, I will not be buying it. I'm not interested. If it's gifted or if I play on it, fine. I am totally cool with it, but I don't particularly want it. Apologies if I sound half asleep still. I technically am. I just woke up maybe like a half hour ago. And the time I have is very, very limited. So maybe by the end of the podcast, we'll get a little bit more jovial and up, but I am tired. Don't get me wrong, and I apologize for the lack of emotion and energy right now. But maybe this will pump me up. We're talking about PlayStation. Yeah, there we go. PlayStation's my boy, my dog. But they're doing something bad. Great. What now? Got a post on Facebook from the user WWG. Picture on the image that they posted before the long post says, PlayStation beginning 2026 by making a massive change to PS Plus. I could read this whole article. I could read this whole Facebook post. I'm not going to. Then there's an article about it. The article is PlayStation beginning 2026 by making a massive change to PS Plus. This is on comicbook.com by Tyler Fisher. Go read it. To sum up, because I fully understand what they're doing here, is they are not prioritizing PS4 games anymore and are going to solely be PS5 because they've already talked about this. I'm pretty sure they've already said it. I think last year you saw where some PS4 games were not offered on PlayStation Plus in terms of essentials and everything. This is going for their monthly games, the essential ones. And PS4 games are not going to be a top priority. They're not going to not be available, but they are going to focus on PS5 games coming out on PlayStation Plus and those essentials. The article, the thing that makes me not really interested in this article in particular is just how much it's kind of like it's downing, like it's making this a lot worse, and as if this hasn't happened before. I mean, this happened between the PS3 360 era going to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. This has happened before. Now, I agree that it sucks. I agree that it's not a good thing that you are not going to get the PS4 games with the PS5 games, and it could potentially be a downgrade in value. And they made the argument that, bigger countries like the U.S. and I want to get it right who they said. Let me try to see if I can skim and find it here. The U.S. and Europe have already made that jump to the PS5, but a lot of bigger markets still on PS4. That's their main console. Absolutely. And it doesn't help that if PS4 games are not on the library anymore, those people that can't upgrade. No, absolutely, it doesn't help. This is for a Plus service. And yeah, people pay for it if they want to pay for it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that, they shouldn't take away PS4 games. If I had the option, they'd still offer PS3 and Vita games on there. Honestly, if I had the option. If I had to say, if you have games based on the internet that were able to be downloaded from the internet, you should be able to play them. But the way that Sony has always done it, the way PlayStation's always done it, is they'll keep putting out PS4 games free along with PS5 or the current gen and the last gen games for a few years, and then eventually they'll say, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. We're just going to do current gen games as we ramp up and get ready for the new consoles and new systems while this is still our current system. So we need to kind of, put away the old one and get ready for the new one. And that's not particularly exactly what they say. That's just what they do, because eventually in the next few years, the PS6 will be out. And then for a while, we'll have PS6 and PS5 games available. Hopefully. But it does suck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't care for them getting rid of PS4 games. I don't like it. I wish they would keep them. I wish they would give more value for what people are paying for a month. Because not only are you already paying for an online service that PC players ridicule and jokingly mock these other game systems for having, an online service you have to pay for. But now the games that you are getting aren't going to be free anymore. You're just limited to PS5 games, and if you don't have a PS5, you're SOL here. But then there's the argument, I will bring up the other argument. The games are free. They're free games. PlayStation is giving you free games in your library. And they can take them away and give them to you at their leisure, at their want, at their will. So why are you complaining about not getting certain free games? Because we're paying for the monthly thing, for starters. How free is it, really? But at the same time, they are free. It would probably be a lot more in a grand scheme of things, buying all these games all at once that they've given out, because they have given out some pretty good ones. I mean, Alan Wake 2 was a free game, even though it was a little lackluster, but Lego Horizons was a free game. So many others before it, and NBA games, WWE games, Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto has been given out for free. That's a lot of money for just one game. And yet you get them for free, and all you have to pay is what? $9.99 a month just for essentials. Maybe it's $11.99 now. I can't remember. But you do get value there. And as long as you keep PlayStation Plus, those games stay in your library forever. They won't leave. They are yours until Plus is done. But something else here that really makes this post, I think, irrelevant is because, not irrelevant, I shouldn't say that, because they worked on it, they worked hard on the post to get the information and everything. I shouldn't say irrelevant. Irrelevant is not the correct term, and I apologize. Maybe unnecessary, just in the sense of wording it like PS4 users aren't going to get anything. It's because if you pay a little more, PS Plus Pro members get the library, the catalog. And there's PS4 games on there all the time that they add on stuff to add on to it all the time. So yes, it sucks if you want to be doing the cheapest one. And I will for sure say that I definitely like saving the monies. Don't get me wrong. And it sucks for if you're just an essential player that can't play anytime but still want to get online and still want to benefit from a game or two that's free that they give you. It sucks that now you can't do that. I'm trying to provide both arguments as to why someone might look at this article and say, well, this doesn't matter. What does matter? It really does matter. The people that can't play these games anymore, or won't be given these games anymore because they're for a system they can't play on, it matters. It matters to them. And like I said, if I had my option, I would allow those plus PS3 and Vita games to still be allowed on the program. But they have to evolve. They have to make way for newer games to offer and whatnot to make it enticing to want to purchase PlayStation Plus stuff. And the people that get screwed the most is us, because the value goes down every time they do this. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy about it, but you can get mad about it. Yeah, absolutely. It's where they've done it before, where Xbox has done it before and everything. It's not really something you should get mad about. Just understand that it's like, yeah, it sucks. It is what it is, though. I will enjoy the games you have given me, and anytime you do still want to give me a PS4 game, I will be happy about it. I just won't expect it. And then I probably won't purchase a month of PlayStation Plus because of that. I mean, that's how they listen, is through the wallet, not through the text, not through the tweets or anything. If you want people to know, if you want these companies to know that something upsets you and them taking away something is not something you agree with, then talk with your wallet. That's how you do it. It's sad you got to do it, but that's how you got to do it. So it finally happened. I finally did it. I finally pulled the trigger. Not only did I buy a new game, I bought a game that I've been saying I was going to buy for a while, and I never did. And I played the alternative because it was free on Game Pass. I finally bought Battlefield 6. And let me tell you, I am bad at it. So, I'm not good at first-person shooters, especially on multiplayer, but I do like to play them. I get very mad at whenever I do. I am one of those tryhards, I guess. But it's because I feel like I'm doing worse than what I should be. And I really want to, kill people on there and do what I need to do and whatnot. Because that's the name of the game when it comes to these first-person shooters. So, kill. As brutal as that sounds. And sadly, on Call of Duty, my KD was ranging around 0.5, lower than that. I can tell you, Battlefield, way worse. I am okay with admitting it because I accept that I'm not good. Not good at all. But I'm still learning it. It is different than Call of Duty, for sure. In terms of, the different roles you have to play and whatnot. The different areas that you gotta go to, and the tight spaces that you gotta be in, but they can easily open up if someone shoots a rocket at the friggin' building or whatnot. And I haven't done any of these huge, big team squad 20v20 or however big games can get things in there. I just like basic team deathmatch. Keep it simple, stupid. Give me a capture the flag, give me team deathmatch, kill confirmed, whatever. Yes, I am as Call of Duty as you can get. But I can't deny that this is a good game. I do like playing it. I will say, though, I have a hard time seeing, I feel like. The game's graphics really make it hard for me to see. I don't know why. And I've adjusted the settings and everything, so I have fixed it up to where I see better, but it is kind of hard for me to, see what I'm doing. Maybe I need to get close to the TV, which is great. More blue light going into my eyeballs. But yeah, it just sucks to see for some reason in this game. I also come from a more, I like playing action adventure, platformer, and racing games. That's my type of game. right there. So a game like Battlefield and Call of Duty, as much as I do like playing them, I'm not good at online games, which is probably a big reason why I stay away and say I don't like them and whatnot. I'll firmly admit it, but I don't like them. I'm not good at them just because I don't care. I don't care to know. I don't care to understand and get better. I just don't really mind it. But I will take suggestions because I do want to get into it. I do want to get into this game more. I want to get into that. I want to get into Call of Duty while I still have Game Pass. I ended up buying one more month of Game Pass for the PC. It was accident, even though I'll hear it. No, it wasn't. How is it accident? Well, I had 3 months free when I got a new PC laptop, and I forgot to take my card off it, and I paid for another month without paying attention. So, yeah, it was an accident. But at the same time, I don't mind it, because now I can play Call of Duty a little longer. So, as long as I have Game Pass for PC, which will be for another few weeks, because I did take it off this time. I've already taken it off because I didn't want to pay for it again. I'll play a little bit more of that, but I definitely will play Battlefield more since I actually own a copy. Weird, owning a copy of a game. And I know I own it because I have a disc. Weird. In 2026, you own a disc in 2026? What are you doing? Sorry. So any kind of suggestions I will definitely keep. Now, I have started keeping my weapon zoomed in more. And this is also me not knowing anything about guns either. Just determines on, like, I know with a shotgun it's probably best not to, like, zoom it in. Maybe, hip fire is better with that one, but there are several guns that I really don't get. Should I keep it zoomed in? Should I just do hip fire? Whatever. That's just me not being smart about FPSs, guns, anything in particular like this. But it's fun to play. I'll definitely play, and I'm not running into places like a madman anymore, or at least trying not to anyways. I used to go in guns blazing gung-ho and then get shot and be mad, and it's like that Pikachu meme where he's just like, why did I get shot? Why did I die? Well, maybe it's because you ran into everybody and their brother trying to get some kills when that doesn't work. I have to learn patience with these games. Patience. Patience is a virtue, my friend. Crazy as it sounds, patience is a virtue. So if anybody has any tips, I would definitely take it. And get good is not a tip. That is a middle finger to me and a middle finger to you, just wasting your time on telling me that. Although I do enjoy the what's it called? Connection? No. Engagement. There we go. I do enjoy the engagement, but think before you type. I'm also half kidding here. I wouldn't mind some tips and pointers, but come on. I can look it up myself. Or, I could just play more when I get the time. Yeah, I'm actually already done. This is definitely the shortest one. A few weeks ago, I kept on saying, this is going to be a short one. It ended up being like over an hour long. This one, I didn't know if I talked more about it, about the things that I had, but I didn't really have much at all. And the stuff that I had, I didn't really have much more to say. You're getting as less of me on this episode as possible, and I apologize for that. But we'll see what comes next week, and we'll keep doing this show as long as I find interest, and I was interested, just not a lot for me I wanted to talk about this week. I will talk now about what's going on with STPP, because that comes out on Tuesday. Dwayne's second episode with us as our new co-host, but I will say that yes, the main show is good. I told the boys this after we were recording the episode, that I think the after show this week is better than the main show. And I've only been able to say that once. And as many years as we've been doing STP, STPP, whatever you want to call it, I honestly do think the after show is better this week. So that's $5 a month if you want to listen to the after show. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. But I promise you, you'd be getting a good one this week. I promise you that. Also, starting this week, I definitely noticed that doing the show and trying to edit it before a certain time, that really got me. I've been busy and just been wanting to have free time again as well. And I can't do both. I can't stay busy in free time. So to help me get some of these videos looking better quality and whatnot, the video version of STPP will be uploaded to YouTube on Thursdays now. And all the content that's for Patreon will be up on Fridays. Now, this does not have anything to do with OMO. With this show, this still comes out Sunday, both video and the audio versions on Spreaker and Patreon. This is particularly STPP. This is a way to where I can work on edits better, make the show look good, like I mentioned, quality look better, and so I can work on shorts more, because shorts are going to be where we get our most engagement and where the show really comes alive, I think. And I haven't really had a lot of time to get the shows up and then work on shorts. So hopefully, while I'm editing the video, I can pinpoint where shorts will go as I'm editing and edit them while I'm editing the main show to get that ready for Thursday. Also, this will not affect the actual upload on Spreaker to any of your podcasting apps. This show will still be going on Tuesdays, and it gives you 48 hours to go listen to the show first before watching us on YouTube. So I think that's going to drive engagement up on Spreaker more, as well as be able to have people listen to the show, hear something that may be like, what are they doing? That's a visual gag. What are they doing? I want to see this. I got to watch YouTube on Thursday. And then Thursday, when it comes up, that's whenever you'll be able to see it. And then, of course, STPP Uncensored and Save the After Show will now be on Fridays. So, yeah. And like I said, shorts, there will be more shorts coming in the near future. I need to figure out how I want to do shorts for this, because I wouldn't mind putting out shorts for OMO. But where visually it is just on Patreon, I don't want the visual part to be free, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's a down-the-line Future Keith problem, not mine. So, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it every week. Even if it is shorter weeks like this one, very short. You're basically going to get half an hour in, half an hour out, and be gone with your day. And honestly, that's cool. You know, STPP, I like to do the show at least an hour. Hour 15 is optimal. If we do any less, I feel like the show is not good, or could have been a lot better quality-wise. With this show, I'm more lenient in my timing. I still try to go half hour is probably where I'd be like, okay, I can deal with that being the type of show it is, being that I'm by myself or whatnot. Especially if there's not a lot going on. I don't have a lot, which this week I really didn't. So hopefully next week I will have more. Hopefully next week we can talk about more things. Hopefully I'm more prepared, blah, 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 blah. And I hope you join me. So that is it for OMO. We'll see you on Tuesday for the audio version of STPP, and you'll visually see me, Jack, and Dwayne on Thursday on YouTube. Can't wait for that. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love your faces. Let's see what the rest of 2026 has video game-wise. Have a good weekend, and have a good week. Have a good something or other. I don't know. Have a good one.